Friday. What else do I got set? What else I gotta set up? Have anything else? At AWS. What else is there? No, that one should not be a pickup. Alert box should be a thing. At mics. Okay. Can't think of anything else. I'm pretty sure I got everything out before I even bother moving anything else. Phase or phase. I don't remember having my game audio muted this far low. Boy. How am I doing? I am doing fine. And yourself? Now I need to do a quick travel away and get the market to refresh. Yes, this game is only PC. And I think it's also released for Mac systems, but don't quote me on that one.
Let's go.
Oh no, this one's fine on fuel. Time trips. Yep. Nice one. And I will go to page.
Time to get the job done. Turn left.
Ah, that's right, my keybinds have... Alright. I also have to find another way to recenter. And I still have it set on GeForce Experience.
Keep left, then turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Oh, there's no one around me right quick. I don't know what time my bus is. The camera reset as 2. Add movements. Left, middle, right. Middle. I don't need middle, I need the other. There. still don't know, my frame rate's still in it seems way too low. Alright, GeForce Experience, tell me what the FPS is. I don't think I ever turned it on.
Exit right.
I mean, yeah, it can be Windows 10 laptop. I mean, Windows 10 is PC.
Keep right.
Can't see. Oh, crap. I see. What you mean? Question now is, why is it not showing that page? Okay. Press captured. Captured. I'll tab out, then I'll tab back in. Cursor moving around on screen. Okay, well, cursor's not really capturing it, but okay. So, just to go over that, so I can get to the page. The page for American Truck Simulator store page. I cannot zoom in on this on the Steam page. Crud. Anyways, least minimum specs for the game be a dual core at 2.4, so it could be probably, I would guess that a Chromebook laptop would probably have it. Would probably have a dual core with 2.4. They'll at least have 4 gigs of memory. Graphics, it would probably be integrated, and 3 gigabytes of available space for the game. As for what kind of laptop do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Alright, way to find it. Do you see a small search window? Yeah, I don't even see it in my own because I got the game capture. Right,
Go straight on.
What would you do if you were in Windows 7? I know when in Windows 10, do you have a little search bar where it says type the search here in the bottom? In your bottom left corner? Okay, it's not showing you. So, yeah, I'll find a spot to pull over and I'll show you my own. Greetings, Assassin, how are you? Fast Clan is asking about trying to figure out his laptop specs, his, hers, whoever's laptop specs on their laptop, the way to figure out if they can run American Truck Simulator. So, this is Task Manager. Do you have it open? Task Manager on Windows 7, press Ctrl-Alt-Delete and click the Task Manager option. Okay. Alright, I'll wait for a response. Then I'll go ahead and keep resuming to the destination or pickup point. Yeah, I didn't really mean much to get into the shot, but at the same time I can't put my camera up on my monitor, and I don't really like having it off to the side to my right or left. So it's sitting on top of a little die-cast Win Ross trailer. And the wheel is a Logitech G29. Oh, I mean the in-game wheel. The in-game wheel is from the steering wheel DLC pack for American Truck Simulator. I should really look at my microphones a lot more. The steering wheel that's in-game is from the steering wheel DLC for American Truck Simulator. on Twitch. Right. Well, Tons, if you do come back, I'll probably still be here, so I can try to help you figure out about your laptop. What I really need to do is figure out my own microphone so I can get it properly set up, so I'm not mixing the audio so much. I forgot to get back my task manager.
Keep right, then turn right.
Get this thing resized back down. I don't like having my task manager wide. I like having it thin there. Wide. All I see is just the chart mainly. I gotta fit Discord, chat window, Streamlabs, and task manager all into the one monitor. Oh, and MSI in the little corner so I can monitor temperature. Massive can of juice run in for it. I don't wanna. Yo.
Finding view. Ready to turn left. Turn left. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Ready to turn left. Turn left. Recompute.
Oh. Alright, mic test. Now I see why I did it. Mic test. That's right, I'm right on -4 because of the fans. I run it, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, 1, 2. Okay. Don't need the sign anyways. What?
Hi, Jay.
Check what?
Hey, Jay. Your mic is not working, Jay. I can't hear you.
I see it lighting up. I don't hear anything, Jay.
Probably is my computer.
I'll be back. I'll see if I can help him get his mic fixed.
Okay.
TNL is a competition of us too.
Not sure.
They're from Brazil.
Oh yeah, they're number one.
Holy crap, this dude is lagging. It's going more backwards than forwards.
That's the secret, man.
Huh?
Double miles.
That's how you get that extra mile there for ran back and forth in one spot. And boom.
Yeah, he's not driving, he's like stopping, teleporting, stopping, teleporting, stopping, teleporting.
In other words, you got shit connection.
Yep. Like he is 251 ms. It's not even that bad.
Sorry, you said 251?
251 ping, yeah.
Yeah, 251's not good, but at the same time, it's also about the stability of that ping. I mean, you can have a ping of 200 or 280. But
Yeah, I drove it with guys that had over 300. Like, so Abby and Super from Tango, you know them.
no,
They,
but
they're
go on.
they're from India, they have almost 300 ping. But they don't lag. He probably has a crap C2.
Yeah, the stable thing. Doesn't matter how high. If it's stable, you don't like it. It's more the lag compensation kicking in that makes people lag. Big Papa had 320 ping. He could drive 1 meter behind hours on end. Didn't matter. He was on fiber in Thailand. Still high ping. No package loss. Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, I have 20 ping, I lag sometimes. That's not it.
People that lag the most heavily are mostly people with less than 50 ping.
Yeah, but they just don't have to. Or like me, put the settings way too high.
Huh.
Yeah, I have no fire anything.
Nice.
My kill switch was off.
Kill switch.
Yeah, I have trouble with mine, like, constantly, and that's like the last thing I check. I don't know why. It should be the first.
Kill switch you have like on a water scooter or a dirt bike.
Well,
Line mute switch.
yeah, the inline mute switch. We in America we would call it a kill switch, or Canada.
Hey there, guys. This is just Noah. Tuning to Brooklyn Radio.
It's all good now.
Yes.
Mine gets caught on the corner of my desk when I move my headset around, and I go through all the audio settings, and it's almost always the last thing I check.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happened. My headset, I put it down on my console, and it killed it.
Well, Jay, I'm sitting in price. I have not decided to start running yet, but I'm getting set up. I set up a couple of trailers, and I'm gonna try a flatbed trailer and try Speditor and see how that works out.
I have my own, I'm currently southbound, or northbound from, I'm in that there right now, but I'm northbound.
Okay. Well, if anybody else is close to finishing, I'm gonna start out from price here in a few minutes.
You're testing your own trailers, are you?
Yeah, I set up some of my own trailers. I really just want to run the grain trailer constantly, but Speditor's kind of flaky with that one.
Bryce, I'll join in with you at some point once I get my tank delivery done. But I see that you're in price since you said it.
But you know, Medic, the grain hoppers, I can always get grain for my grain hoppers. It's just certain areas.
Well, that's what I was saying. You know, in some places I go, there's no load, so I can't run it as much as I want. I tried the container trailer.
I'm all in dynamite right now on my reef.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty good. But I haven't. I like the two things when I drove. Well, I've pulled countless different kinds of trailers, but the two primary trailers I pulled was a step deck flatbed, which they don't have yet, and grain hoppers. And I just kind of wanted to use the grain hopper nostalgia. But I've tried the container trailer, and I tried I'm trying the flatbed now to see which one I kind of.
Yeah, the flatbed bay is really nice as well with the plows there, light loads.
Yeah, I was thinking that's probably what I'm gonna like.
I don't know if you heard there, yes, like I had my mid-lift axle, my lift axle on my tractor and my trailer, and my damage percentage on the maintenance was half.
Nice. Totally not the way it works in real life, but hey, I'm glad we can abuse game mechanic.
But I also got caught with a heavy load. Well, I didn't think it was heavy. It was 40,000 pounds. But I carried it down the road with my mid-lift tractor, and lo and behold, when I got to the other end, I had something like 10% damage on my tractor, on my mid-lift.
So they've actually modeled that in. That's impressive.
Well, I limit myself with my mid-lift. I don't go anything over 20,000, 30,000. I'll drop my oxygen.
That's awesome. Sorry, Cannonball. Go ahead.
Before it can.
There's an option. It will lower if it's needed. it's called for the middle.
Hey,
It could be auto.
yeah, the
drop,
auto deploy. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit that there switch there, and
Should be U by default, I think it is, or it's in.
right. But I think I know it's going to drop the axle by default, but if you're over on the weights for that type of mid lift, you will damage.
Doesn't want to go up then. If you enable it and you're heavy, it doesn't want to go up.
Uncheck
Right.
the auto deploy, and you can just raise it manually no matter what.
Unless it reconfigures itself when it drops automatically default, it just acts as a regular.
Yeah, that's the way it is on default. It'll just auto. It's already set up just to come down when you need it, and that's just the way I run it. But to be able to manually raise it and keep it up and know that there's game damage or the game model's damage, that's pretty. But we'll try the flatbed there. I wish they had the step deck, but maybe someday.
Yeah, I have a mod. I have the drop deck. Low boy there.
So we had our own trailer. We had a Fontaine step deck, and I rigged the rear. It had a 10-foot spread on it, and I rigged the back axle to come up instead of the front axle. So the front axle would carry, and the only time I would bring it up is when I was turning a tight space. And I could spin that truck and trailer around a half the distance that they could other people. People would see that thing come up and they just their jaw would drop. It was awesome. I could turn that truck and trailer around in its own radius.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty cool going down the road there with I only have the plow on the trailer and I have my axles up here. I'm only running on 3 axles. It's pretty sharp.
That's awesome. Yeah, typically it's modeled, to the back axle always is the one that, well, is not the one that raises, but the trailer didn't have lift axle, and to be fair, all I did was trigger the electronic dump on the airbags, so it didn't actually raise it so much as it took the pressure off the tires, so the tires would scoot. So it was kind of cheating things a little bit.
Well, I remember in real life that on my trailer, every notch I would slide my bogies on my trailer represented 1,000 pounds, and then on the tractor, every notch on the 5th wheel represented 500 pounds, forward or back.
Yeah, we never could get that dialed down. I mean, we slid the 5th some with our step deck, but we learned, instead of sliding the axles, we learned, I say we because I ran with my dad for many years. We ran a team, but we learned that every so many inches forward or backward, regardless of weight, would balance us out, and we would make the forklift drivers put it in a certain spot. Boy, they get so annoyed.
Yeah. Well, that's it. They get upset with you because you wanted your stuff situated at a certain spot for that single reason, and then,
Yeah, they have no care or understanding of bridge laws or want to. They just want to put the freight on so they get to the next.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's hard to believe, though, the California bridge law, you need your bogies all the way up to 40 feet from the axle center to axle center on a 53-foot trailer. It looks really weird. I mean, it looks, you got 12 feet of overhang on the back there. You'll turn pretty tight, though, in the big cities.
And don't forget about your AFK timer.
Sorry, Dutch. You were to say something.
Sorry, this is some drama in the house there. I couldn't reply, Dutchman, but you're absolutely right. Some do. Some companies train for it. Some forklift operators have done it for years and understand. But in general, most of them are barely past their forklift test to get in a higher paying position. And in most companies, they don't train their forklift operators. and union guys a lot of times just don't even mess with it. So you get a lot of improperly loaded trailers. Possible the industry standard has changed in the last 20 years because it's been 22 years since I drove truck, but I find it unlikely.
Yeah,
Wow,
maybe
it was-
that's in America, but here in Holland you don't get away.
Yeah, and it's America. It's definitely an American thing for sure.
Put it this way.
Because
how-
here,
Sorry.
because here in Holland you have to do like a whole course to even get your forklift.
Yeah, and you have to do safety training here. In general, it's just safety training and a short quiz, 20 question test or 30 question test. And for most companies, you've met your OSHA requirement, got your fork truck license, or at least that's the way it used to be.
Well, I know if a snowstorm was on the horizon, there was a snowstorm on the horizon, and the pallet represented 1,200 pounds or 500 pounds, I had to make a decision whether or not I wanted to carry that pallet and the extra snow on the truck because of the scales. It's all balancing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of what sucked. You'd see a snowstorm, you see the scales open up, and we'd have to stop and brush snow off our trailer because.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
shake the tarps and get the ice off, or chip ice off off underneath the frame. Right.
Exactly.
Here a lot of the drivers, they keep an eye on the forklift driver, loading them correctly, because in the end the driver and the company is responsible. And here the cops, they drive next to your trailer and they look at your tires. If like one axle is overloaded, yeah, they will stop you.
Oh yeah, you can
And
tell right from the
you have to
tires.
unload it.
Oh,
It has to be unloaded with a crane on the side of the road. You can't even drive anymore. They
Yeah, the
get the
balls.
scales. Yeah.
bulbs and the tires should all be equal all around.
Yeah. Believe me, where we work in construction. We do a lot of illegal stuff, you know, loading heavy steel
Cut
beams
corners,
and
yeah.
dirt, yeah, because it has to be fast, but you have to be. It's a lot more strict last year, so securing loads, and we used to have like a flatbed with pallets of stones. We used to do a few straps over them. Now every pallet has to have a strap over it. It's much
Yeah,
more strict.
yeah.
Well,
It's a headache
Well,
here in
see, and-
Canada. For every province is different. My province, I had to put belly straps on my first row of 2x4s. But the next province over, I didn't need those belly straps. But again, you needed to be safe, and you had to know exactly all the provinces you're going through, what their laws are.
well, outside of the U.S., I can understand a lot more need because of some of the construction, some of the older roads. You know, they weren't built for modern trucks, modern traffic, modern weights. You know, I mean, I get that. The infrastructure of the U.S., for the most part, can handle that, and the bridge laws aren't particularly necessary. But to prove a point, when the
lot
scales
of
would
it
be
is-
closed, 90% of the time, and then they only open up when there's a snowstorm, you can't tell me that 2/3 of what they're doing isn't monetary.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's monetary. It is exactly.
It's not for the bridge laws. If they were concerned about the bridge laws, the place would hardly ever close. It's strictly about monetization.
Here they pay close attention to anything heavy. I work a lot with like mobile cranes. So you know you have the 4 feet, you lift it off the ground. So we put it on the sidewalk, we put dents in the sidewalk. Yeah, if a cop sees it, he will come, and afterwards it's like, oh, now there's a puddle, and we get the bill every time. Even if I turn around with my crane, I hit a curb, I'll hit that curb, it's like flush with the street. The crane is like a 45 ton on road. So yeah, we have to be really careful. We have to pay for every damage we do.
But also, the bridges there, for example, I mean, you lose a bridge there, it's life altering for a large portion of the population.
Yeah, the story goes
Yeah.
in New York City. New York City has all the lowest bridges in the world for trucks. It's a nightmare, I guess. And the story goes that back in the day when they were designing the subway and the transit authority unions were getting into a big argument with the construction unions, and the construction unions built all the bridges in that height on purpose, just to screw up the other union, I guess.
Oh, here it's 4.20 m minimum height of a bridge.
It's
And your
scary.
load,
It's scary. in
the
New York
load is
City.
maximum 4 meters.
Yeah. 380.
From the pave to the top of the bridge, from the pave to the bottom part of the bridge.
There are a few like inner city small railway bridges, but they're clearly marked with like arrows on the bottom, the top of it, like no heavy traffic or trucks can't pass it. It happens. We had a guy at work. We have a lot of trucks, older trucks, and one of them drove under a tunnel. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. The other guy had a crane behind his cabin, so halfway he got stuck under the bridge. So yeah, it's, you can only hope you lower your pressure in your tires to get from under it, because if the
Yeah.
cops have to come, yeah, it's like that's at least a 15k fine.
I actually had to do that once. I had a load. It was so high that I had to lower my airbags all around. The next step after that would have been lower the air in the tires.
Yeah, you don't want to damage something in Europe, because boy, you're screwed.
Yeah. Inspection alone, about the damage without repairing it is like very high. Especially for trucks. All professional applications are very high price.
We have the bridge in Portland here. The bridge in Portland has overhead signs. You won't make it underneath the sign with the boat. If you're hauling the boat, your mast is going to hit the sign. But you can get by it if you take the center line up the highway. You put your mast in between the two signs and you get through it that way.
Few spots on the map you can't pass with a train or a boat also.
Oh, Wallace puts in 3 Pelican loads, by the way. So you're a little farther behind now.
Son of a bitch.
Just he stayed up pretty long, I think. Oh no, was that yesterday or the day before?
Day before,
Was it
remember
yesterday?
his power.
Oh yeah, he forgot to fill up his.
An army. You guys gonna push her first soon. 100k behind.
I don't know. OTR keeps pushing hard.
Yeah, but it's only a small amount. You can push it.
Yeah, I was surprised where the stats were there. OTR was just so many miles behind us, or ahead of us.
Maybe we should push a weekend over there, see how many they're gonna get.
Well, there should be a good capture there tomorrow night there with the convoy and expect there'll be a good hit there.
Isn't there a convoy tonight?
Or sorry, tonight. I thought we were Thursday. Sorry, I'm here.
Did she post it?
Yes. And 2 new truck shows have been, or 1 more truck shows have been posted.
Nah, 140k. It's not too bad.
No, it isn't.
How far are we behind?
We are not behind. We are in 6th place comfortably. Easy
Yeah,
mode.
what's this number 5?
140k. Same. 140.
Well, you are gonna push for now, so I have to push, so.
Yeah, we got some miles in. Chocolito is driving. He's starting to drive, so he
I
gained
will
like
see that.
50k.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take Olstein's place now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need to start driving because I have to catch you and I have to stay away from Chocolito. It's gonna be not a lot of sleeping. I slacked off a little bit the last days. I had some fun in single players and I found some mods and I started messing with mods and I'm stuck. And I'm not stuck. Started messing with mods and trailers and I don't know if you know them, FAC?
No.
Frac
They're
trailers.
freaking cool trailers. They're like the Swedish
RAC.
trailers.
Can you
Huh?
can you do your own loads there, Army, with the frac trailer, or
Yeah, you can make them ownable.
Yeah.
Which one can you make overboard?
the frac?
Really, any trailer you see from the freight market, you can make it ownable.
Yeah, 10-4 and usable. That's what I meant. Maybe I should have said usable on the frac trailer. You can get your own trailer load. Probably
It
out
should
of
be in the
Utah.
bulk feed, right?
Oh, you mean the shit tanks?
Yeah, the drain shit tank, the overflow thing.
Medic was having issues with that, Jay.
Copy.
I think I'm gonna go out, look at the bargain store. I'm probably gonna call before I go. And then there's a post for a Promots convoy in about 3 hours on ETS2C.
From who? Prime?
I'll go back and check the name.
It's Friday, so it should be Prime.
It's by X Andy. It's at Ijmuiden port near Amsterdam in 4
Don't
hours.
know.
Turn right.
Is this on the Truckee app?
We are finished.
No, it's on ETS2C.
No, ETS2C is something else. It's a website that if you want to do the comfort you can put it on there. It's the same as you guys do with trucks, bro. Only like where I of the but more yeah American Truck 2. It's another website.
We use it.
You
All our
use it
convoys
too?
are on ATS2C. Yeah. And they show up on the Truckee app.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step away there a minute.
There's a wall there.
It's a bit of a...
Army, how you doing? I'll have your coffee. I haven't started my run yet. About to, though.
Yeah, I have the duck.
Don't forget your mask.
I know.
You
Can you just
can't
get a
use
bra and
mask.
stick that over instead?
Yeah,
Take a bra pad on your face?
tampon.
Or...
Tampon.
No. Just go get, I don't know, swimming trunks or something. Just put that on. You got a peak hole in the center.
Clean pair of underwear. And then walk in there with a gas mask.
No, do like, well, there's search for, I think it's called a Russian hard bus grocery store. So a guy's in a hazmat suit. It's a dark military olive green. Has a car back. I forgot it. Pushed it off. So search for, was it Russian hard bus, hard base, gas mask grocery store? I think was the title. But so guy walks in with a warp speaker on his back, a car battery on his hip, a hazmat suit, and a gas mask. Walks into the grocery store, buys the bread and potatoes while playing bass on his back. But then he gets kicked out of the store for loud music. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, that way I can go check on the store.
Yeah, politics here had a debate last night. Didn't end so well.